Yo, whoa. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Clock Sports, man. Um, as you know, man, this game right here. This was a game that I was very anticipated to watch. When the schedule dropped, I was looking forward to that game because I knew Brooklyn Nets wouldn't be able to contain. It was content Embiid, but also this game had a lot of storylines. You know, the storylines of Ben Simmons return in Philly, and I wanted to see how the crowd was gonna act, and I also wanted to see how Ben was gonna play against his old team, and the whole team scenario. I wanted to see what was gonna happen between them two teams. But unfortunately, MB got injured. Once MB got injured, I couldn't I couldn't see myself watch this game because I thought for sure Brooklyn Nets was gonna mollywop this team, Philly. I thought for sure Brooklyn Nets was gonna mollywop Philly because Maxey got injured during the game versus Bucks. James Harden got injured. There's no telling when he's coming back. And unfortunately, Embiid got injured. So now Philly out of 3 stars, and Brooklyn Nets had all 3 of their stars. So I thought for sure this game was in the bag. So I didn't even waste my time watching this game. Boy, oh boy, I was wrong. Man, I was wrong. So I'm going to let this video cook, man, and I'm going to give my perspective here and there.
At 6'10" from LSU, number 10, Ben Simmons. 6'2" for Duke, number 11,
Absolutely no surprise with the welcome that Ben Simmons received in his return to Philadelphia.
I was very disappointed in the Nets tonight, Ernie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, overall, they didn't have.
Ernie, if I had one of Ben Simmons' teammates tonight, I would say, guys, let's come out here and win this game for Ben, because you knew it was going to be hostile, and they go down the whole game.
And playing without Embiid and without Harden and without Tyrese Maxey.
Tell them be quiet, Ben.
I mean, you got to protect your teammates, man.
11 points,
Ooh,
7
so-
rebounds, and 11 assists. for Ben
Underdog, put
Simmons.
that on the t-shirt.
He was not that tonight.
That was a great play right there, though. He makes the
Yeah,
steal
well.
and swats it ahead to Durant.
Do you feel good because he played a decent game and they lost to a team without the 3 best players?
Well, sometimes it's not your fault.
Well,
I disagree already. Yeah, it is your fault. You got to step up. You got to step up. From what I'm hearing, Ben had a great half. The second half, he probably played like trash. So he should have continued what he was doing. But even though he had 11 points, 7 rebound, and 11.7 rebound, and 11 assists. So he was like 4 away from a triple-double. But at the same time, he could have played better. I still agree because the Philly didn't have their superstars. So if you lose like this without Embiid, Harden, and Maxey, can you imagine what the score would have been like if those guys had played? It probably would have been worse because this is a Brooklyn Nets who can't stop nobody on the interior. You know what I'm saying? Like, Embiid would have a field day. People was waving about Embiid scoring 59 against Utah. Embiid would probably go for 60 plus on this game and go have master number if he had played last night. Because from what I'm seeing, Tobias Harris, a nigga that been playing, who only scored 10 points a game, he was doing whatever he wanted. He was driving to the rack, going for a dunk, post people, shoot. So,
I mean, he almost had a triple double.
that don't mean a thing.
Okay.
No.
Chuck, you're right.
Come on, man. Stop it, Kenny.
DeAnthony Melton there, 63-57 at the half. Sixers
Chuck, you're right with KD and Kyrie
Come
supposed
on,
to beat
you-
this team by 20.
You gotta have some. You gotta say, yo, man, let's win the game for this dude. You know it's gonna be hostile, and you come out and play awful. That's
George Niang knocking down the three. He had 4 of those.
Yeah, no one felt uncomfortable from Philadelphia.
Tobias Harris, 18 of his 24 points coming in the
Oh,
second half.
Okay, Ginobili.
I mean,
You
this
love
guy.
the Paul Reed stat.
Y'all just seen that? Brooklyn Nets is so horrible on defense on inside the interior. And B would have been going crazy. Bro, how the hell this dude just Euro step to the basket and his teammate get the rebound and still put it back, put the score? How does that just happen?
19 points after scoring 10
Come on,
in
man.
104 minutes.
Come on, he had 10 points all season and got 19 tonight. Come on, Kenny. Stop it.
He wasn't on the scouting report. Give me that shout out there.
Well, there by D'Anthony Melton.
Man, that's a serious stat, Ernie. 10 points all year and get 19 tonight.
Either that or he should be playing more.
That's because the Nets don't play no defense. They don't have nobody that can stop anybody. Bro, they won that game against Memphis. Ja didn't play, Bands didn't play, Triple J didn't play. Jared Jackson Jr. Jared Jackson Jr. didn't play. So it's like they beat a team that was already down to begin with. So they celebrated like they won the championship. Ben went crazy. Hell, ain't nobody was guarding him. But tonight was the test. Because I was looking forward for this game, man. I was going to watch this game. And, the FIFA's going on right now. So that's another thing that I watch very closely. So I haven't been really paying attention to a lot of other games but FIFA. But this game right here, I was going to watch it. Well, so once I saw all the 3 stars for Philly got hurt, I'm like, man, this is going to be barbecue for the Nets. But the Nets came out, they didn't came out like they want to win this game from what I'm seeing. They came out very flat, and, that's the result you get. But for Kenny said Ben played well. Ben did not play well. He should have done better. Especially you didn't have nobody like Embiid or Harden or Maxey. Yeah, you should have been way better than how you played. I agree with that. I agree with Chuck on that one.
And Philadelphia wins in Ben Simmons' return, 115 to 106. Couple of numbers to look at. Offensive rebounding, 20 for Philadelphia. They're last in the league, averaging 7. Second.
Also, one thing. I'm pretty sure, this is not something I'm 100% sure. I'm pretty sure Kyrie took more shots than KD last night. This is something that we've seen all the time. Like, whenever them two are on the court together, Kyrie always take more shots than KD. So.
Chance points, 25 for Philly. They're last in the league, averaging 8 a game. But they dominate those 2 categories. And the Nets now 2-6 when KD, Kyrie, and Ben all play. This game is crying for some post-game yak.
For me, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a good place. For me to come in here and just play basketball. I'm happy. I'm doing what I love. So, to be out there and have that experience was amazing. I'm obviously, it was loud in there, whatever, give me a chance. But for me, I just had to focus on, playing the game.
Were you expecting it to be worse, or?
I thought it was gonna be louder.
Everybody wants to see our team fail. Nobody likes Ben. Nobody likes Kat. Nobody likes myself. So it might be like that in every road arena. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how I feel about that statement, bro. I think you're capping it a little bit because when Brooklyn Nets was created, when you went to Brooklyn with Kyrie, people loved the idea. The problem is this team is not very good constructive. Like on the inside, y'all very thin on the inside. Like y'all so thin on the inside. It's to the point that Tobias Harris dropping 24 on you guys. And this is a guy that does score 10 points. 10 to 12 points. And I'm the type of person, I use FanDuel a lot. I would never would have picked Tobias Harris to score over 24 points. Never, not even in my wild dream, because I know he's not that guy. But he's dropped 24 on y'all. So that's just telling me that y'all ain't got no presence on the inside. I'm pretty sure y'all probably lost the rebound battle, you know. And Ben Simmons, there's no telling what you're gonna get from Ben Simmons. Kyrie just put himself on some controversy, even though some of it is not his fault, but all this could have been avoided. I feel like all this could have been avoided in the sense that when they asked him the question the first time, he should have flat out and said no. He came out. He keeps saying, "I know my history. I know about my history and things like that." So he kind of like over controverted himself. Kyrie should have known better because you didn't take the jab. So you knew anything you do, anything you say, anything you post, they're gonna go after your ass. So people always talking about, oh, America, freedom of speech. For people of color need to realize, yes, you do have freedom of speech in America, but you have freedom of speech is not free. Basically, what I'm saying is your freedom of speech for people of color, there is expect your ass to get paid for what you said. You know, like you can walk up, a white person can walk up to a police person and say, "Hey, F you." The police are probably not gonna say nothing or do nothing. If you're people or a person of color, you walk up to a police, a white policeman, you say that, something gonna happen to you. Something gonna happen to you. I put my last dollar on the line, something gonna happen to you. So when people of color keep saying freedom of speech, I got freedom of speech, do you? So long story short, short story long, this team need help. And I don't know who can really help this team because there's not enough player out there. I thought for sure they was gonna go after Dwight Howard because he was available for a while before he went signed with Taiwan, but they didn't go after him. I think they said they need somebody who can shoot three. And the only player I can think of who can do that is DeMarcus Cousins. But DeMarcus Cousins he's not gonna give you nothing on defense. The Brooklyn Nets don't need offense. Brooklyn Nets need somebody who can block shots, get rebound, get offensively rebound, get defensively rebound, and then protect the paint by any means necessary. This is why I don't understand why they let Drum go. They should have re-signed Drum because he was, with this team right now, he would have been better. But
it's just something we got to deal with. But I thought he did a great job of just handling it.
There's just so much talk about the game and about what's going to happen instead of the basketball part of it. We had 2 days, and you could tell our guys, they wanted to win the game. They really wanted to win the game, and that was what was on their mind.
A moment before the game where you kind of jumped in the stands and interacted with them.
Y'all just see Tobias Harris just take it to the rack. It's too easy out here, man. It's too easy out here. And if this team is always something with Brooklyn, bro, they cannot, for whatever reason, they cannot just stay low key and work on themselves. It's always something. And team, for you to win a championship, you got to buy into the team. It cannot be, it cannot be Kyrie, it cannot be KD, it cannot be Ben. They got to buy in to a system, to a team, to team camaraderie. If not, it's not going to work. And from what I'm seeing right now, they might not get swept this year, but they're definitely going to go out the first round. If they don't make any move as far as like get somebody on the inside that can protect the paint by any means necessary, somebody on the inside who can be a presence, or get some type of enforcer. Who's the enforcer of the team? Who's the leader of this team? Who is the guy who can hold people accountable for the fuckery? Because all you hear is KD keeps saying, "Oh, Kyrie's a grown man. Ben Simmons is a grown man." Like, you don't know. This team don't have zero. Brooklyn have zero identity. You know, they rely too much on finesse. Finesse. Last year, they were relying on finesse. They got swept. If they still continue relying on finessing, meaning they're going to come to the court and I'm going to do all the fancy move and I'm going to outscore you and we're going to win, they're going home the first round. They might fuck around and get swept again.
And were you surprised at kind of the affection they were showing you?
It was just nice to see, have support in Philadelphia still. I think I did some things in Philadelphia that can be respected and appreciated. I don't think we all had bad times, so it was good to have moments like that.
Moderate to severe eczema. It doesn't care if you have a date, a day off, or a...
The reception he got, everybody expected. Hear a lot of boos. That really is about all it was.
He got boos. Chuck and all these Philly fans talking about you need extra security and all that. I knew it wasn't nothing going to happen. Listen, they were upset. The top guys didn't play. He got booed. Whippy freaking do. Played a good first half. I would like to finish with that triple-double or finish with that elite.
I agree with Shaq. He played a decent half, but he should have keep putting his foot on their throat the second half. You know what I'm saying? You got to go for the throat second half. The same way you've been attacking, the same way you got to continue to keep attacking. But he didn't do that,
20 points, but listen, you talk about how talented this team is. Telling you right now, they don't get it together in the next 10 games, they're not going to win a championship. They still have a chance to get it together. You got two of the top players in Kyrie and KD, and if Ben can keep playing consistent, Joe Harris hit some shots and they're getting a little rhythm, they can be dangerous. Everybody talking about how dangerous they can be, but I said this earlier, championship mentality. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat. They're supposed to beat this team by 20 tonight. Be above 500 on the road.
I agree with everything Shaq said. There is no reason why you lose them there close to 10 points to a Philly who had no Embiid, no Harden, no Maxey. No. That's why I didn't waste my time watching this game, because I'm like, bro, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like, this gonna be a feast. KD from the feast, Kyrie from the feast, and Ben Simmons probably gonna, eat some of that leftovers. Man, there was no feast. There was nothing. There was no goat, no nothing. Man.
And be dominant and unstoppable at home. I don't see any of that, so they don't have a shot at winning.
This is what it is, Shaq. Too small. Like, they have lineups that they put on the floor where they just can never. They always have to outskill you. When you play against.
Agree, and also that's what I said earlier. I said all of that earlier. They rely too much on finesse, too much on the skills, and shit like that gonna get you fucked up in the playoff. That's gonna get you fucked up in the playoff.
Your younger brother. I'm just bigger than you. I'm gonna get this basket, and I'm more skilled than you. They outskill you every play. And that, to me, is not a recipe for a championship. At some point in this season, from a personnel standpoint, they're going to have to get bigger. And if they're going to play Sharp, that comes off the bench, the second-year player, or they're going to bring in someone, but they are much too small, much too thin. You can easily offensive rebound against them. And the teams like this, you post up Tobias Harris, and he's getting easy shots. Everyone's posting him up. They're just too small for too many long stints of the game.
Give Philly credit, though.
But I want to say a couple. Number one, I disagree with it. It has nothing to do with their size. They just have zero mental toughness. Zero. They have zero mental toughness. They don't hold each other accountable. That's the first thing. They do not hold each other accountable. Everybody kind of does their own thing. But Doc Rivers said something that was very profound. He says, guys talk about all this other noise. My team really wanted to win the game. He says, my team was like, we really want to win this game.
Another word is, Tobias Harris probably look at himself and the rest of the team look at themselves. This is a team. Philly was a team that when Embiid got hurt last year, they come to Chicago, they mollywop Chicago, they blow out Chicago without Embiid. They went, I believe they were beating a lot of contender team in the Eastern Conference without Embiid. This is a team that's dangerous. And I slept on that team last night. I really did. I didn't think they had a chance, but they showed me. They showed me. But this team right here, the bench is great. They can shoot the three. They can shoot the three, they spread the floor really well, and they can play D. And that's what you can ask for your bench. And the bench, their bench by itself was the starter last night. And they carried them. You know, they carried them. So you got to give it up to their bench. You got to give it up to the Doc game plan. You got to give it up to they didn't buy into all that noise. They were sick to themselves and said they got to win this game. I bet Tobias Harris probably look at himself and say, hey, man, I got to Ether Ben Simmons homecoming. I have to Ether Ben Simmons homecoming. Job well done. Because he Ether Ben Simmons homecoming. Not only he scored 24 points, it's just how he was scoring the 24 points. Like, he was just going to the basket, very attacking, very a guy that from every level you can think of, he did his part. And that's all you can ask for a guy that scored 10 points.
On demand, they want to win a game to send a message to Ben Simmons. And then if you go to the Jersey side, if I'm KD and Kyrie, I'm like, well, we're the two best players in the building. They're missing their three best players. Let's protect Ben and send them a message. And it was totally the opposite. And Doc Rivers touched it.
A year ago, they came out March, I believe it was March, when the Simmons trade happened, Simmons Harden trade happened. They came out and they play a game against Brooklyn. Came out and then blow them out their own building. You know, Kyrie was very aggressive. Kyrie was playing 90 defense on James Harden, and Embiid couldn't get his shot off. So it was a different scenario. Right now, this team is too. I think Brooklyn come out thinking that they was gonna win. That's what I think. I think they just come out. They say, you know what? We don't need to play hard. We gonna win. They don't have Embiid. They don't have Harden. They don't have Maxey. It's a W for us. Tobias Harris, he Ether their ass.
My team really want to win this game.
KD, by the way, 20 on this night, so he had a streak of scoring at least 25 in every game this season. That one was snapped, and Brooklyn had its short little two-game winning streak snapped, 115 to 106. Yeah, it is.
No,
Philadelphia has won 4 of their last 5.
Don't you correct the Godfather on that?
Yeah, we've got more highlights.
Ernest, Kenny said
On the way.
it's not a streak. Tell it, Kenny.
It is.
5 games is a
Well, on that note, man, I'm about to shut that down. Hey, if you're new to this channel, man, you know what to do, man. Like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow this channel. And as I always say, peace.